Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin popping, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
All right. Okay, everyone, what's going on? We're back. We're back and we're black and we're back and we're black. Okay? So listen, I'm going to give y'all the choice. I want y'all to comment right now. Okay, I see, hold up, first comment. Hey, Jenna Harris, already got that like on it. See y'all. Okay, listen, I love y'all. I love y'all who come into the room early. I love y'all who come into the room early. I appreciate y'all for getting here on time. You are greatly appreciated. Jenna, Audria, Keisha, Denise, Latrice, Just Abby. Okay. Crystal Rivers, Keisha, hey my girl. Okay, I appreciate y'all so much. But also I want to let y'all know that first of all, Just Move Supplements is having a Cyber Monday sale. So please use my link. Okay, if you want to try the protein shakes or the energy supplement, yes, they are amazing. They all work great. Just so y'all know, but I'm going to give y'all the choice. Do y'all want to do Porsha'a first, or do you want to do Real Housewives of Potomac first? Y'all let me know. I'm gonna give y'all the choice. Outside of that, if you are looking for my Love and Marriage Huntsville review, then you have to be a member or a Patreon. You can click join on my homepage and become a member, or you can click the link down below in the description box to become a Patreon, which allows you to choose between $1, $5, or paying for the whole year, or monthly, whichever you prefer. Okay. When I do get my website popping at the beginning of the year in January, we will be transitioning. But we will do that over time. Okay, so just letting you guys know that as well. Y'all want to start with Real Housewives of Potomac? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Potomac. I'm gonna do Potomac first. Okay, we'll do Potomac first, and then we'll get into the Porsha'a of it all. Okay. I mean, I feel like I could pretty much surmise. I could surmise. And I feel like more of y'all are saying do Real Housewives of Potomac based off these comments. Okay, so where is it at? Where is it at? Where is the graphic? Okay, the graphic. And me. Okay, we're back. All right. Okay. Nikki was lackluster like her BET performance. Really? You thought it was lackluster? I thought she did great. But I also feel like they might have rushed her segment, and they were editing a lot of it jumbled together to the point that I often didn't know when conversations began because of the way the questions were just kind of thrown about. So ultimately, I feel like maybe they should have given her 2 parts to ask questions, gave Andy 2 parts, and then gave her two parts, because that would have, been better. This last, reunion show felt very rushed, and I feel like her questions felt rushed. But I absolutely enjoyed Nikki's energy. I enjoyed the way she asked questions. I enjoyed that she held everyone accountable. I will, however, say that when it came to the way she handled Candace and her music, you were being shady as fuck. You may not have said anything, but the way you questioned her about her numbers, it was almost like, that's it? That's all you got? And you know you can't say that because you're Nicki Minaj. And you started off with the backing that Candace doesn't have. Bravo is cute, but it doesn't sell records. Young Money sold records. You were co-signed by the biggest rapper in the world at the time. And that is really what gave you your head start in the industry to sell the way you did. So honestly, like that was the biggest thing for me that I did not like about her questioning was the fact that I feel like it was trying to set Candace up like Candace couldn't sing or like Candace was not doing well charting on Billboard and charting on iTunes. The fact that she charted at all, the fact that Candace charted at all is a success to me. So I was bothered by the way they handled Candace when it came to the music. And I also don't like the way they acted as if Candace didn't want to sing. Candace didn't have a problem with singing. Candace wanted to sing what she wanted to sing. And Nicki was like, no, sing Drive Back, which was smarter because you want to sing a record that you can go and sell. Like, this is the reunion show, girl. You should definitely sing your own song so people can go and buy your song. But I definitely feel like y'all were being shady toward her efforts, and I didn't appreciate that. And I absolutely think that that's why Chris was upset, and I felt like he had every right to be upset. If Candace were my wife and Candace had put in all the work that she did, and somebody of that caliber got on that fucking stage and made her feel like her efforts were not worth it in some manner, like I probably would have definitely felt the way. I would have felt the way, and I wouldn't give a fuck about if it was Nicki Minaj or not. And I honestly felt like some of the questions that Nicki Minaj asked, it was like, girl, you should not be asking these questions, specifically when it got to us talking about husbands. Just saying. Thank you, Shayna Martin, for the super chat. Am I the only person who feels like Robin still escaped with having to take the least bit of accountability again? Not only escaping without really having to take a lot of accountability because she always gets to go home and, cheat on the test because Robin gets to go and sit back and think of reasons for why she's done the bullshit that she's done throughout the season and then have a really good reason for it thereafter. She loves rationalizing the bullshit that she's done as if she always doesn't know something or it was always some type of misunderstanding. Not you just being a shady ass bitch to protect your friend, but you could not stop. Y'all, Robin annoyed the fuck out of me. Robin and Mia annoyed me so much throughout the reunion because they would not stop with the little snipey comments and shit. Robin would not stop defending Giselle to the point that it almost felt like we were hearing from Robin more than we were hearing from Giselle when we were talking to Giselle. And I love that Nikki often pointed out, oh, she gonna defend her girlfriend, child. I love that shit because that's exactly what it felt like. And Mia, the way Mia kept having to chime in and make negative comments about Candace's music, my girl. Let me tell you something. Mia needs to decide what wave she's on. Are you proud of being a stripper / entertainer or are you not? Are you a hater or are you a businesswoman or are you a boss? I'm confused. Because see, women who are actual bosses don't have time to hate on another bitch. Not the way you do. You was hating on Lil Candace like it was a job. You was hating on Lil Candace like you needed that check. And then she on social media trying to make everybody believe she don't want to be on the show. Andy was like, oh, is that what she's doing? I was like, girl, the way you act on the show is very contradictory to this attitude of, well, I don't need to be on the show. I don't know if I want to be on the show. I may not come back to the show. Mia, girl, let me tell you something. If I don't see you next season, I will be very surprised. I will be very surprised. Okay? Child, Ashley was very quiet after she went in on her and her relationship a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into my notes, okay? So Nikki starts off with getting on Ashley for coming to the Candace trip to be messy. Okay, she didn't have a storyline, y'all. And it seems as if she came for that reason alone, to do Giselle's dirty work, drop that message to Wendy, grab her breast milk, and be on the out. Okay, she should have stayed home. Candace says, well, she, in Ashley's defense, she had just had her baby. We have to get paid. She has to make her check. And I love that Nikki was like, whoa, 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 Candy girl, back up a little bit. I'm talking to Ashley. Back up. I'm talking to Ashley, because Candace, this is the problem that we have with you. And it was the same problem that Monique had. Y'all want so badly to be friends with people that y'all should not be trying to be friends with. Candace, do not defend Ashley. Candace, do not defend Giselle. Don't defend none of these women. Let them sit there and take their lashing, because none of them defend you. None of them are the voice of reason or the, come on, let's really be on. Like, none of them did that for you except for fucking Wendy. So don't you sit on this sofa now and defend football head. Don't you dare. She should have stayed her ass home like you told her when you followed her in the kitchen when she was getting her breast milk. Don't change the tune now because Nicki Minaj is here and now everybody has to be on level playing field. See, when y'all are arguing with Candace, y'all have created this dynamic that y'all like to gang up on people. Ashley, Robin, Giselle, and Mia, who wants to be a part of the clique so bad that every time Giselle said something, she had to co-sign it. It was really fucking disgusting. Like, you're a grown-ass woman. Can you stop? But either way, they gang up on people. As you notice, if anybody says anything to Giselle, here come Robin, here come Mia. And if anybody says anything to Ashley, here comes Giselle. And I feel like Robin don't even really see it for Ashley like that, but she does it because of Giselle. Because Giselle sees it for Ashley like that. And I think it's because Michael is giving somebody money somewhere. I don't know. But to me, it feels like the only reason that people are nice to Michael or deal with Michael or lie on Michael's behalf is because Michael is out here paying people now. I don't know, but it feels that way to me. I could be wrong, but it doesn't really make sense. Giselle, you could not wait to talk about the way Michael was grabbing ass in previous seasons, and now you want to talk about how he's never done any. Girl, anyway, I'm sorry. That didn't even happen this episode. Let me go ahead and move on, okay? So, Robin and Juan, Nikki said she felt that Robin and Juan were having more sex, more sexual energy going on this season. What's going on there? I said, oh, is that what you saw? Is that what you saw from Robin and Juan? Girl, we hardly saw Juan. So why did you feel as if you saw more sexual energy from Juan? Girl, get the fuck out of here. That's not what you saw. But okay. Robin wants to explain to us how after she got out of bed at noon, which her husband found unattractive, after she got out of bed at noon, apparently they had to be sneaky and creative with the ways that they had sex because the children were being homeschooled. So when were you and Juan fucking? Was it before or after he was yelling, Robin, get out of the bed? When? When was it? When he told you how unattractive it was that you was out here sleeping and being depressed? Or when he was talking about how you always want to bring up his issues, but you never want to bring up the shit that you don't do? When? When, Robin? Let me know. Nikki, when did you see it? Because I must have missed that episode. Anyway, she moves. This is what I noticed that Nikki was doing. She would start with something nice to get your guard down and then gut punch you with something humiliating. So why did you ask, were we mad at Ashley? Because you're always saying that you're, not Giselle's minion, but you had to ask another woman if you were upset or not. I'm glad they brought that up because I forgot. But at the time I was like, Robin, like, we already know what you're doing. But this moment right here, when you asked Giselle, are we mad at Ashley? Because she definitely showed up and dropped the bomb and then just got out of here like she didn't even know. And I'm like, see, that's because Giselle works both sides of the fence, right? Giselle knows that Robin doesn't see it for Ashley. So even though when they're all in a group setting, they know the assignment, they're minions, okay? But essentially, Giselle has a relationship with Ashley and Giselle has a relationship with Robin. She talked to Robin about the situation with Wendy. She absolutely did. She did not tell Robin that she was going to sick Ashley on Wendy. So that is why Robin was a tad bit confused. But I also feel like Robin defends Giselle so much that when she did asked Wendy, what issue, what problem are we talking about? Girl, please shut the fuck up, because we all know your friend gonna tell you later on. Don't come in here, because see, that's what Robin likes to do. If somebody is upset about something and they're about to check Giselle about something, she'll be like, wait, what? What is that? What happened? What's going on? Girl, you spent money on that? Girl, why do you even care about that? Oh, you're making a big deal out of this? But then you can always pinpoint moments that you and Giselle have decided to do something together because of how you both were treated. But then if somebody decides, like Wendy, Wendy deciding that she was not going to give you a gracious invite on the trip after she felt like y'all shaded the fuck out of her, telling her that y'all didn't want, well, I'm sorry, Giselle, Robin had to talk Giselle into allowing Wendy and Karen to use the facilities at her construction site. Like, y'all did a lot to make sure that Wendy felt unwelcomed. Y'all did a lot to make Wendy feel like she was on the outs with y'all, even though y'all had done something to Wendy in order for Wendy to be upset. You called her loose. Y'all called her loose. And then you insinuated that she got surgery because she had to compete with booty models to keep her husband's attention, as if that is not extremely fucked up to say to a woman. Okay? Okay? And see, here's the thing, Giselle, because you have been pulled through the mud, Robin, because y'all have both been cheated on and pulled through some fucking mud by your men, you feel like people like Wendy shouldn't overreact to these assumptions. Ashley, you too. Because y'all have been cheated on and dogged out, y'all feel like Wendy shouldn't really feel a way. She should just go with the punches of people making assumptions about her marriage. And I'm telling y'all right now, I don't give a fuck how long I'm on a reality show. If I decide to get extra with somebody because they doing snake shit, trying to make me their storyline and coming for my husband on some fake fugazi shit and trying to make it, you're making it a thing by talking about it on the show. So stop acting like you saying you don't believe it even matters. It doesn't even matter, because now you have brought something that could have not been brought to the show and overall avoided. You brought it to the show. And then when somebody called you out on it, you tried to act like you cared. And then Wendy proved that you didn't really care at all. And then you said you don't know where Wendy thought y'all were sisters from, even though y'all are part of the same sorority. So which one is it, Giselle? Which one is it? Y'all can say what y'all want about Wendy doing entirely too much, but at the end of the day, you're not going to keep playing with me like they played with Wendy. Wendy may not know how to get people the way you get people in order for that shit to land. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, Giselle was lying. Giselle and Robin both know what they were doing, because they don't ever have a storyline. So they always have to do shit to somebody else and then throw a rock and hide their hand. That's what they do every season. Ashley has done it too. That's what they do every season. Wendy may not show up and be as, hood witty, or she doesn't argue with these ladies the way y'all would want her to, or she doesn't pull back when she's supposed to. She just kind of goes whenever she feels the need to go. She hasn't really found the happy medium yet, But at the end of the day, I am not going to be mad at Wendy for going at Robin and Giselle in any capacity. I'm not. Sorry. I don't care. I do not fucking care. Because to me, they invited this energy over and over and over again throughout the season. What is she supposed to do? Pretend to be cool with y'all like Candace? And then y'all will be mad at her for going along with the bullshit like Candace does. Because y'all are mad at Candace for that. Thank you, S. Bryant. Hi, Bondi. Couldn't figure out how to become a member, so became a Patreon instead. Love your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They look so pleased with themselves when Nikki brought up the booty models. They 100% planned this. Child, we're gonna get to it. Moving on from Robin being a fucking minion, she was drunk. Okay, Robin. Wendy says she also said we aren't going on that trip, and Robin said they were the only ones who got a shady invite. Wendy says, I got a shady invite to the party, to the reasonably shady party. Robin says, why are you tripping over a shady invite? And it's like, see, that's the thing that works on my nerves about Robin. let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. You said that the reason why you said that you and Giselle, we, once again using that we word, the reason why we aren't going on the trip is because we were the only ones that received a shady invite. Wendy says, well, you received the shady invite because y'all sent a shady invite for your reasonably shady party. Okay? And then you told Wendy when she got there that you were grappling on whether to allow her to use the bathroom or not. So to me, you were making Wendy feel unwelcome, whether through the invitation, but by the time we got to the party, y'all was still trying to make Wendy feel like she was the problem after y'all had come at her, first of all, right? So Robin, when you say, oh my God, are you tripping over a shady invite? No, bitch, you tripping over the shady invite, which is why you said we weren't going on the trip. Start from the beginning, stop going through the middle and acting like you're making a point. You're not making a point, bitch. You're not making a point. She always does that. Why are you bothered? Bitch, why were you bothered? Why were you bothered, Robin? Remember, we were upset about the invite. Why were you upset about that? Why wasn't it just a joke? Why couldn't you just take the joke? Oh my God. Like, whatever the fuck, Robin. Robin says, you are tripping over a shady invite. Wendy asks, are you tripping over a shady invite? Which shows Robin loves moving the goalpost, as I have said before. Okay? Robin says it was funny, and if you can't handle a joke, I feel sorry for you. So it's a joke when it's coming from you. When Wendy does it, it was disrespectful. Okay, got you. See what I mean? Moving the goalpost. You both can send shady invites to one another, but for some reason, your invite was supposed to be laughed off, but we ain't going to Wendy's trip because of her invite to us. Correct, Robin? Okay, got you. Moving along. Fuck out of here with that shit. Wendy was making a point and it fell on deaf ears. And I often felt like they did that throughout the reunion. Everybody wanted so bad to view Wendy as lame that whenever she proved a point about the way they have gaslit and lied about this Eddie situation and their motives, people have ignored her. And so I felt the need to make the point again on my live, since on the reunion show, y'all were acting like y'all didn't understand what the fuck Wendy was saying. I can't stand when people do that. Like, you lost? You missed it? Oh, okay. Anyway, Nikki asked if Robin was offered a lot of money, like $500,000 or something like that, $5 million, whatever. What woman would she sleep with? And Giselle starts to answer that for her. Oh, girl, look, if it was that amount of money, we would do it. So Giselle is already letting you know, to me, y'all, there is something about the way Giselle acts that makes me feel like if Robin and Giselle are secretly in some type of lesbian relationship, Giselle is the aggressor. Giselle is the type of woman to influence the people around her. And if Robin had any feelings for her, she would take advantage of that in the moments that it was convenient. It would not be an all the time thing. They would never be in a relationship, but it would be enough for Robin to be stuck to Giselle's side and for Giselle to be able to wield power over someone in a emotional or romantic way. I'm not saying it's happening. I'm not. But there is something about their relationship that makes me feel like if they aren't fucking, they should be. Like I said, Giselle answers that question for Robin, and then Robin says Nikki. Because see, Robin tries to pretend as if she is one of those women that would never date another woman, and I feel like Robin is full of shit, to be honest. And then they they let it out the bag that they had shared a bed before and slept in the same hotel room before. That's not a big deal to me. Like, I have slept in a bed with women before and I fucked them, y'all. Like, it's not that deep, okay? It's not like you're a man with a dick that's gonna get hard because there's an ass that's near you. It's not that deep. Like, no, if I don't want to fuck you, then you laying in a bed next to me is not gonna change my mind, okay? But either way, there is something about their relationship that makes me feel like they are absolutely capable of fucking each other and then lying to us as if it's not happening. And then lying to everyone around them as if it's not happening. Just saying. Bondy, they want to be mad at Wendy so bad. Thank you, Chocolate Doll, for the super chat. And yes, that's how I feel. I feel like y'all want to like dislike her. True, Robin has more chemistry with Giselle than Juan. I'm gonna keep saying it. But anyway, Nikki, when Robin says that Nikki is the woman who she would have sex with, Nikki says, "Don't test me, girl, because you look very good." I was like, Nikki, please fucking stop. I hate when you do the fake gay thing. That's how she started off her career, pretending to be bisexual or pretending to be into girls. And that shit was cute when we were younger. But now that we're adults and I look back on it, I'm like, bitch, that shit was fucked up. Like, you really played on young girls feeling like they had found someone to identify with. And because I feel like that's what I did, absolutely. And come to find out, it was all a ploy for you to get more fans. Y'all, let me sign your boobs. Remember that? She used to be signing girls' titties at all of the shows and everything, pretending to be bisexual, pretending to be into women. And she did it in this moment too. And it just reminded me that I'm like, oh yeah, she loves to do that fake, gay for pay shit. And I don't like that. Whatever. It just seems disingenuous. Maybe she was, let me tell you something. There is no such thing as maybe she was bi at the time. There's no such thing, y'all. There's no such thing. Okay. Like, I know a lot of girls go through a stage in college and all of that, but y'all also kind of lie to yourselves. Because a lot of y'all will still, I feel like when I say y'all lie to yourselves, people are more sexually fluid than they want to admit a lot of the times. But I do not believe she was bi at the time because she was with Safari. And we didn't really know that at first. So no, she was not bi. She was never bi. I almost feel like Nikki is one of those women that if you actually try to fuck her, she'd probably have somebody jump you. Right, they be confused. Right, you heard me say bisexual. I'm a real bisexual woman, meaning that I've been attracted to both women and men my entire life. That does not change because I married a man. It does not change because I'm in my 30s, and it's not going to change when I'm in my 40s or my 50s. I'm going to always be attracted to both women and men because I'm bisexual. I don't understand this phase shit that everybody goes through. You're lying to yourself. Anyway, I'm just saying, y'all think y'all outgrow things. And the truth is sexuality is more fluid than that. Exactly. Everybody thought Safari was just her hype man. But no, she was getting dick down by, the the magnificent, okay? Safari. She was getting dick down by Safari that entire time pretending to be gay. It was the same thing as the Barbie over, because Lady Gaga and them were doing that shit. It was all stunts and shows. And to an extent, that's cool. But in hip hop, that's not really the way we would get down. So the lack of honesty in her aesthetic is problematic as time has gone on to me. My 14-year-old daughter just told me she was bi yesterday. Whew. Hope you didn't take it bad. Because it's not as bad as you assume. Everybody be acting like, oh my God, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. That means you might still get grandchildren. And it also means she won't be thirsty enough to be with a man just because she feels like she won't be able to get another one when she gets older. Yeah. What y'all think 14 years old is too young to know you bisexual? Child. Anyway, Oh, you thought Stephanie was part of LGBT? You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? They market people to a certain group. And the truth of the matter is they may not necessarily even really align themselves with people like that. Okay? Because child Stephanie has had a problematic past. Queer baiting also gave her sexual appeal to men. That's true as well. Okay? Listen. Moving on, y'all. Y'all getting me caught up in a conversation. Okay, so okay. They say that Giselle, Ashley, and Robin are in a throuple, and then Candace adds herself into it. And I'm just kind of like, Candace, you're not involved. Candace, you're not involved. Why are you including yourself? Don't include yourself. Please stop. Giselle said it was her, Robin, and Ashley. Do not include yourself in their clique. Stop doing it. Okay. Nikki asked if they have ever shared a hotel room. We talk about that. Robin does think Michael is attracted to Juan, and Ashley is like, wait, attracted like sexually? And Nikki was like, yes. Is there any other way? I was like, thank you for saying that, because Ashley stay acting like she's stupid. And she know exactly what the fuck everybody is saying, and she know what it is. You know your man like other men. You know your man like other men, which is partially why he needs you to be a hard body in order for him to be giving you all of the feels and everything, Ashley. It's also why he needs to invite other people into the situation and all that. So I think Ashley don't be being 100% honest about how they brought people into their situation. I think you have absolutely had threesomes with Michael with other men, but I'm gonna let it go. Nikki says, if my man wanted to suck on Juan's dick, I would have a problem with that. I would not feel comfortable with them having a friendship. And I love the fact that Nikki said it like just as a person, meaning, no, it doesn't even matter what anybody's sexual orientation is. If Michael was a woman and had said, I wanted to suck Juan's dick, and then after that, you saw them texting each other and having a friendship, you would not be comfortable with that. So why, when Michael does it, are you comfortable with it? And Robin says it's because she doesn't think that Juan will let Michael suck his dick. I said it depends on how much money Michael is offering. I'll let it go. Nikki asked if Juan has any other gay friends, and Ashley was like, wait a minute, Michael's not gay. Ashley, he's something. He's very much something. He's very much something that's not heterosexual. When you want to grab the ass of almost every attractive man that you come into contact with, you are not heterosexual. That's not how any of this works. Why do y'all feel that because Michael is a white man, he gets to live outside of the societal norms, that a man grabbing another man's ass means he's gay, or a derivative, a variation of it? Like, girl, what? Ashley, school bag. Figure what's going on with your hair. What's going on with your hair, girl? Figure that out. Like, come on, Ashley. Seriously? A lot of people think that Michael is sending money to people, and that's why this season everybody's a little bit more amicable than they were previously. Nikki moves on to Giselle. She's shady, but an amazing mother. They also get into the Ray comments, you know, her saying that Ray will be dead before all of her beauty fades. Child, did you see, whenever we go back to her, when she said that in the confessional, she looked a hot ass mess. That makeup was terrible. Oh my God. Like, you so beautiful, but you get terrible makeup done to your face. And I have to wonder, oh my God, like, what is happening, Giselle? Anyway, Candace says that Giselle has been working on herself. And once again, Nikki has to say, girl, sit back. Giselle is always saying something about Karen's age. Giselle says that's not true. Nikki says, girl, I must have been watching a whole different motherfucking show, because I know. I know something. And then they brought up all the times that Giselle has made comments. And see, this is why Wendy felt the need to have those lackluster receipts, is because Giselle will sit here with full knowledge that she's been being recorded saying shit for 5 seasons of a show and still turn around on this reunion stage and lie and say that it's not true. And see, if the production don't have your back like that, they won't run those receipts. Okay? They may not run those receipts if they don't want the production to lean to your side, okay? Which is why Wendy felt the need to come through with those lackadaisical receipts, as y'all called them, okay? Because this bitch sat up here and lied about something we have actually seen her do several times. I say, girl, please. Girl, all right? Karen says that they're only 5 years apart, and Karen takes very good care of herself. They try to go over the surgeries that Karen has had. I tell y'all, Karen get a little boop boop under the eyes. She probably got a little bit of a nose job to bring her nose up a little bit. She cleaned it up, just like Wendy did, just like Giselle has done. You know what I mean? Like all of the girls have cleaned it up. Y'all even say y'all think that Candace got a nose job. Maybe it's good contouring. I'm not sure. Thank you, Shane Terry, for the super chat. So if Michael and Wine did go together, who you think is giving and receiving? Honestly, I think if they were in any type of sexual relationship with each other, and y'all, this is not because I want people to stop thinking that there's a negative connotation to assuming that people may be more sexually fluid than they are. Because the truth of the matter is, people usually are more sexually fluid than they're comfortable admitting, and that's just the truth of the matter. But you cannot go around grabbing other men's asses and telling men you want to suck their dick, and then we say this is obviously not a straight man. Everybody wants to get upset. Go to hell. Okay. But I believe that Michael is the type of guy that would just enjoy putting Juan's penis in his mouth. And Juan would allow him to do it for whatever he's getting out of the situation, as long as no one found out about it. But I don't think that there's any real ass play going on. No, I don't. Just in my opinion, just based off what I know about how sometimes these relationships can go. And from what I understand from my homeboys, you gay guys love sucking dick. Y'all will meet up for a sucking dick appointment. Y'all don't have to do nothing else but suck some dick. So, that seems to be enough. Y'all know women not like that. Like women are not meeting up just so we can, eat each other out. Like, I'm sorry. Even when I was in relationships with women, that was never the end. Okay, it was never like the end after that. But for y'all, I guess. But yeah, back to Karen and Giselle. Giselle, you are 5 years younger, and the truth of the matter is, like, you don't look that much younger. You don't. You don't look that much younger than Karen. So just calm down. And you wish to have aged as well as Karen, even if Karen has had a little bit work done. We know the difference between being a stay-at-home mom and being a reality show star. The fuck? Of course you're gonna get your shit tweaked. That's what everybody does. They clean it up, they sparkle it up, they money it up. Everybody looks better once they've started to make more money. That's just what it is, okay? This commentary is bananas. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. So Nikki says it seems that, if Giselle can't tell you that she's prettier than you, she has more money than you, or that, you can't keep a man, that she doesn't really have much to say. And I thought that was shady as fuck. And then when Giselle was trying to plead her case to Nikki, Nikki was looking down at them cards as if, girl, it don't even matter what you say. Child, I thoroughly enjoyed that moment. Thank you, Kia, for the super chat. This what I don't like about Candace. Why do you need to be friends with them so bad when they don't like you? Girl, I don't understand, and it irks my spirit as well. I just don't get it. Candace, please sit back. Please sit back. So Giselle would have still given Jamal a second chance. Why? I don't understand. Why would you still have given this man a second chance to break your heart again? I don't understand. I guess no regrets. Maybe it was worth it, girl. I don't know. Nikki asked, why when y'all are on TV and not before? Meaning, why did it take for you coming on a reality show 11 years after you guys divorced or something along those lines? Why? Because it was like 10 years between the divorce and the time that Giselle got on Real Housewives of Potomac. So even though you was in his pockets, he was paying for things, all of that, y'all had, dealings. Why wait until y'all get on the show for the relationship? And Giselle says that he's always been supportive, but Real Housewives of Potomac made her feel that they were more on equal ground and she was no longer living in his shadow because she helped him build his church. But when it all brought down to it, she didn't have anything for herself. Giselle specifies for years they lived off his bookings and speaking arrangements and not the church money. Fine, whatever. I don't even really care about that because anyway. But this is what because I feel like he was handling something fugazi. He was a fugazi ass nigga. And apparently you wasn't always abreast of the money situation. So you don't know where he was getting money from or pulling money from when he needed to. You didn't even know when he was pulling his dick out and putting it in people raw. So of course you don't really know 100% about the money. And you also did not know about the tax issues that he acquired when y'all were married, which makes me feel even more so that Giselle, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're lying to make him look like a good guy. But it's obvious that something was amiss with that money because he owes back taxes. Correct? Okay. Moving on from there. Cause she just be making shit up in her head sometimes. And I be like, girl, I don't believe you. But Giselle, Giselle saying that she felt more on equal footing, it makes me feel even more so now that your jealousy of women who have built something for themselves, women who are not looking for their husbands to provide like everything for them. For instance, I absolutely feel like now that Giselle has said that she needed to be on equal footing with Jamal, that means that you actually do value now your own autonomy and your ability to take care of yourself versus when you were younger and you were completely dependent upon a man and you were fine with that, right? So now you're saying you needed to be on equal footing. I think you're jealous of Karen because Karen's husband did for her what Jamal did not do for you. I think you're jealous of Candace because Candace never had this problem because Candace's family made sure that she had and that she was able to create businesses for herself. And I truly believe that because of the light skin, light eyed thing that Giselle has going on, she believes that she should have things that other women have. And when those other women are brown skinned, and not as beautiful as she believes that she is, stunning, as she said, which is no lie. But at the same time, it makes us realize that you have always valued your looks to such a degree that you neglected everything else that would have afforded you a better life at this point in your life, and you wouldn't have been dependent upon a man. So you are absolutely jealous of Wendy because Wendy doesn't need Eddie to be successful. They're both successful together and they're on equal footing in their relationship, which is why you run to try to cause issue in people's relationships. Monique and her husband, when Monique said, I have 4 houses and you struggling to get the one, you were jealous, which is why you then decided to keep fucking with Monique and keep fucking with Monique. And then Monique brought your man's ex-old lady on the show and you got all pissed off and then you want to try to destroy her family too. It's because you are jealous of all of these women not solely relying on their looks and creating something for themselves that provided them not only with autonomy, but with the ground to be on more equal footing with their men. And that's something that you did not understand until it was too late. Meaning until you're at an age now where you don't even feel like going through the motions in relationships like that anymore. The good years and the energy years to do all of that have passed you. So now it's easier to just be alone, be bitter, date men on and off for a little dick here and there, or call Robin when you get too lonely, whichever. It's easier to do that than to try to create something real and substantial with a man that is based off emotion. I don't even know if you know how to do that because that will require you to have to give in a relationship in a way that I don't know if you ever have had to give before. A lot of Giselle's moves tell me that she's very selfish in relationships. Period. And Ashley definitely, is creating something for herself within her marriage. But I feel like that's where that light-skinned, light-eyed white man privilege comes in for Giselle. That's why Giselle likens herself to Ashley. That's where the colorism comes into play. But yeah, Giselle lacks substance and so does Robin, which is why it was incredible that they felt that they could throw that at Wendy. Wendy is still a commentator. Wendy is still a professor. Wendy still has all 4 of her degrees. Why is she less intelligent because she got her titties done? Yet y'all have been dumb blondes this entire time, and you think you have the right to assess her intelligence level when on a bad day you're not even at Wendy's 50%? Okay, Giselle. Okay. Robin, okay. Thank you, Sham, for the super sticker. Thank you. In your roles. Girl, go to therapy and work through it. Wendy was looking through Nikki's cards during the commercial break. And apparently, Nikki was bothered by it. Giselle decided to take her ass on Twitter to say something about it. Nobody care. Karen told Giselle, this ain't what you want. Robin says Giselle is saying the truth about Karen and Karen is making stuff up. Robin, shut the fuck up. Nikki asked, what has Karen been doing to Ray to get them back on a good foot? And he said he loved her this season, child. So they must be doing something. And she says that she's been hustling. You know, he's really enjoyed seeing her be on her grind. He's enjoyed seeing her glow up. And I also feel like Ray and Karen have always really loved each other. And when you really do love each other, you can find your way back to one another even when things get stale. And they do get stale. Okay, that's what happens in long-term marriages. But like Karen has often said, a lot of you bitches will never find that out because y'all don't know how to stay in a relationship. I'm not gonna say keep a man, I'm gonna say stay in a relationship. Okay. Does Karen know what tossing salad means? She says she doesn't. She's never had to try that hard for a man. I said, yes, Karen. This is the moments I love Karen. Yes, Karen. Yes, I'm sorry. I have never been thirsty enough for a man to lick his ass. So no, I didn't know what tossing of salad meant. Now, do I think that Karen might have known what tossing salad means? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, does it matter if I don't have to lick my man's ass to keep him? I'll let it go there. What's up? Have you heard Candace's song with Tracy Braxton? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Tracy sang backup for Candace's album, but I'm not sure which song. Jonah K. Shackleford, thank you for the super chat, my love. But I have heard a few of Candace's songs. That Christmas song is lovely. I like it. So they move on to Mia. Her mom saying that she didn't like Mia because she reminds her of her dad. That hurt Mia, and she needs to say it. Nikki was trying to give the girls therapy sessions. I said, Nikki watches my reviews, but okay. Mia says that her mom is healing and she's taking care of her kids right now. So they are working on their issues. I do feel like, I don't know, something about what Mia said about her mom and all of that. Mia, your mom is still angry with you because you remind her of your father. But the thing that bothers me is that you still find a way to make it. I just have only good memories of my father. Really? Is it a good memory that he was downstairs getting high and fucking some other woman while you were getting third-degree burns upstairs in the kitchen cooking for yourself? Like, the fact that she constantly speaks of her father as if he was the better parent, even though it's obvious that a lot of the things that happened bad to Mia were because of her father's drug addiction, it makes me feel like she keeps him in a good place in her mind because shit is still fucked up with her mom. So it's like, I have to have one parent that I'm not mad at or that I feel like love me. I have to even if he's dead, I have to have this one parent that I don't have to have all these issues with, because your mom is there and trying, and I do believe her mother loves her, but I believe her mom is still mad about the daddy and takes it out on Mia. And Mia is still mad about that. So Mia, even though she wants her mom around, is still very petty and passive aggressive with the way she handles her mom. So even though they're working on the relationship, there is something about this moment that made me feel like, Nikki, I know what you're trying to do, but I don't know if Mia has honestly, I don't know if she's honest enough to have this moment the way you want this moment to be. I don't know. The moment didn't feel like what you was trying to make it feel like. Maybe it was just me, but it reminded me of how Mia wasn't bothered that Candace said her mama was low budget until everybody else said that her mama was low budget. We saw the same thing on Lisa Ray on Iyanla. Yes, absolutely. Lisa Ray, made her dad the good guy when all he did was cause issue between she and her mom in a much worse way. Like, I was so mad at Lisa Ray because it's like, girl, your daddy wasn't shit. And you really need to get past that. You really need to get past that. But also, mother, how do you allow a man to create this type of turmoil between you and your child that you share the body with? That's a fucking problem to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shows such a disconnect in the mothering when you allow for a man to create space between you and the child that you gave birth to. That's crazy to me. But anyway, y'all, moving on from there. Mia brings in white women to have threesomes with G. She says it's not just white women, it's just beautiful women, just gorgeous women. And it's just like, girl, all right, Teddy Perkins. And then they talk about how a lot of the women have married old men. And maybe that's the new wave. It's like, Nikki, that is not the new wave, girl. The new wave is to be with these young broke niggas. That's the new wave. The old wave is to find you an old nigga that can take care of you. That is an old wave, my girl. That's an old wave. What you're doing is some new shit. But she asked them, would you have picked any of the old balls that you've decided to link yourselves to if you had your own money? And Ashley says that when she met Michael, maybe not. And I feel like that's the answer, Ashley. The answer is that if Michael did not have money, you would not have wanted to be with him at 21 years old. That's just the truth of the matter. Stop acting like that man was fucking attracted to you when you first saw him. Sitting up here talking about, oh, I was attracted to Michael. He was witty and smart and funny, and he's physically attractive to me. It's like, Ashley, what's physically attractive to you is the fact that he has money and he can supply you with a lifestyle that you had never experienced before. He meant you didn't have to work hard anymore, except for when you got in the bedroom and had to close your eyes and pretend that you wasn't fucking a nasty old man. But okay. Karen says that Ray moved her soul. Okay. And honestly, I believe that Ray moved Karen's soul, because if Karen didn't really love Ray, Karen could have left when she got on Real Housewives of Potomac and made all her money. If you notice, a lot of them old white housewives, they always end up getting divorces from the men that they've been with for years, because they never really loved those men to begin with. They got with those men because they wanted to be taken care of. And once they get their own bread and no longer need that man's money, these divorces are going to happen. And you may be sad about it, but you're going to be better for it at the end of the day anyway. Karen absolutely loved Ray. And then when they showed us the old pictures of them together, I also feel like Karen was not destitute in the way that Ashley was. So Karen was not desperate to find a man in that same way. Even though she had a kid, there was something about Karen that gave me, Karen could have had any rich nigga that she wanted at that time. Karen gave me the energy that if it wasn't Ray, it would have been another rich man taking care of her. Okay. But I believe she chose the one that moved her the most, because when things got bad, they still tried to make it work. They still tried to fix it. And that's what makes me believe that Karen and Ray are real. Okay. So Mia says, yeah, she would have. And Giselle says, you lying. And I thought that was hilarious, because Mia has been being a little, pet to Giselle this entire reunion. So when Giselle says that Mia is lying about whether she would have been with Gordon, whether, she had money or not, like, I thought that was hilarious. Mia seems to believe, oh yeah. And then Mia was like, because I think Nikki was like, but you left the strip club because of him. So how can you say that, if you had your own money, that you would have still chose him when you chose him because he got you out of being a stripper? Like, and then she starts talking about how, oh, I made a mistake calling strippers. I need to call all those women bosses entertainers. And Nikki said, oh, girl, no, we not. No, we not, girl. We not going to do this. And then we start talking about the difference between whether a strip club is a strip club based on the food they serve. Girl, if they showing titties and ass, it's a strip club, period. It's not an entertainment business. Let's stop. Does it make you feel good when somebody's husband lusts after you? Candace inserts. And then Nikki says, go in the back and get your projector, child, because I'm not talking to you right now. And I'm like, so why were you not making those comments towards Mia when Mia kept making comments towards Candace's music? I didn't hear you shut her down then, but you kept shutting Candace down. And honestly, when I tell y'all, Nicki Minaj would have been a little heated after the conversation, because when I tell you, you would not have been able to tell me not to say anything. Like, I understand the Ashley part, but when it came to Mia, Mia kept saying shit to Candace, and I never heard anybody tell her to stop. But as soon as Candace said something about Mia, then it was like, oh, go and get your projector, girl, okay? And honestly, it annoyed me. It annoyed me. And if I was Candace, that would have been the moment where I would have been like, oh, I'm not projecting. I'm not projecting. Like, I would have made a comment. It would have been something, and I would have said something else too. I'd have been like, nah, I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to sit right here, my good girl. I'm going to sit right here. And I'm going to say something when I feel like it too. When I tell you it would have been a moment, it would have been a moment. It would have been a moment. And see, that's the thing. And I knew everybody was going to do that. And that's kind of how I felt like it was a catch-22, because it meant that Ashley and Giselle and Robin had to get red, and they could not gang up on anybody to dispute the bullshit that they was doing. But at the same time, it left Candace open to have to, constantly be being checked, and you not checking me? But Candace is going to sit back because she don't want to get into it with Nicki Minaj. See what I mean? And I was worried about that. No, fuck that. She been making comments this whole time. I'm making many comments I want to make about this bitch. Okay? Mia says she's used to being a sex symbol, and that's why she made that comment and insinuated that Wendy's husband couldn't even look her in the eye because she was so sexy and so fine. I'm glad that Nikki pointed that out, though. And Mia says, why is Wendy trying to control her man? Girl, that aggravated the fuck out of me. I wanted to say, bitch, whatever I do with my husband is my business, and you don't need to worry about it. Because you're worrying about what I'm doing with my husband. And then you're going to turn around and act like I'm worrying about what you're doing with yours. Because I said it's funny how you worrying about what's going on with my husband, but you don't seem to give a fuck when you bringing in women for Gordon to fuck in front of you. Mia. Girl. Anyway, Eddie following booty models. Wendy starts laughing. Wendy, this is why I gotta tell you, you shouldn't have did this. Wendy, don't fake laugh for nobody again. Wendy, do not do the facetious. Oh, don't do that ever again. That's what you should not have done. That was the wrong moment. That was the wrong moment, girl. That was when that shouldn't have happened. Okay. Nikki says, but isn't he following a whole bunch of booty models right now? Wendy was like, ah. You know what I would have said? We're both following booty models. It's Instagram. Who's not following booty models? I mean, technically, Nikki, if we were following you, it would be like following a booty model the way you post your ass. I mean, you're not a booty model, but you show your booty. Y'all wouldn't have wanted me on this reunion because there would have been no way. There would have been no way. Okay. And then Mia makes a comment about Wendy dropping it like it's hot for dollars and all of this type of shit when they were on the trip. Wendy was just trying to have a good time. Wendy does not want to be a stripper. If Wendy wanted to be a stripper, she wouldn't have went to a university and got 4 degrees to become a political commentator, to be a professor. She would have just did what you did and went down to the local strip club that sold wings and took off her clothes for some money. She could have done that. That's what you did, but that's not what she did. Her mama worked so she can go to college. So that's what she did. But anyway, sorry, Mia, but you just always trying to like push people down to your level with this stripping shit, but then at the same time act like there's nothing wrong with being a stripper, but then at the same time get mad when people say you was a stripper and then say it's not a strip club. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, so Dottie is trying to destroy Chris, and Nikki wants to know what Candace is telling her mother. And she says that she's talked to her mother, but she does not want to disrespect her mother on national television. And Nikki says, your mother will rather you be in a position to leave your husband, who you could possibly have children with. She will want you to leave their father so that she can, have some jokes on a reality show. What the fuck is going on there? And this is the moment where I was like, Nikki, I understand where you're coming from, my good girl. But when it comes to husbands and all of that shit, like, I just kind of feel like your line of questioning is rather uncomfortable because we all have questions about your husband and why you chose him. And what are y'all conversations like when somebody has been convicted of sexual assault? What's that conversation like? I just, a lot of times when they were having the conversations about the husbands and all of that, I was just like, child, we wish your mama, we wish your mammy would feel some type of way about Kenny Petty, but we're going to let it go. And then you're going to post little cute pictures of you and the baby and him, and y'all making the baby dance so we can forget about who the fuck Kenny Zoo Petty really is. Okay, Nikki, I'm sorry, whatever. Nikki says if someone does something like what Dot did, they will do it again. And she needs to put some boundaries up in place. And Giselle was like, we've all told her this before. Girl, listen, Candace gonna handle her mama how she want to handle her mama. And that's just that on that. We ain't about to do this Candy Mama Joyce thing with y'all every season. Nikki asked how the girls would rate Drive Back before the video came out. And Karen said a 9 at first, but then went to a 5. And, everybody, and then Mia was like, I would give it a 0. And I was, or a -1, whatever she said. And I was just like, Mia, you're a fucking hater. Can you please go figure out what's going on with your face first before you have all this hate? I feel like when you look like Teddy Perkins by the face, you shouldn't have all this hate in your heart for somebody else. That's what I feel like. But whatever. Then we get into how Candace is charting. She's number 4 on iTunes after 2 weeks. She is number 25 on Billboard after 2 weeks. Nikki didn't say anything, but Nikki's empty spaces definitely gave the energy that, oh, that's it. Nikki doesn't say anything, but the energy was judgy. They play a snippet of Candace's new video. It looks really good. Nikki asked about her vocals being auto-tuned and, said she wanted some a cappella. And y'all, I was like, I'm sorry, Onika Tanya Mirage, are you really, really pressing Candace on her vocal ability and auto-tune? You see right through me. I wish that I could have this moment in my life. I'm sorry, Nikki, you've never been a vocalist. You've always sung through your nasal passage. You always sing through your nose. They have been auto-tuning your vocals because you refuse to realize you are not a singer. You are a rapper. I know you wanted to be a singer, but you're not. I'm sorry, Deontay. When I called her by her legal and fucking real name, that meant I'm on that level with her. Move out the way. Sit back. You have never been that great of a vocalist, Nikki. And we have all allowed you to get on records where you should have called on an R&B girl. See, that's another problem. You really fucked up the hip hop and R&B shit. Because see, back in the day, the old girls would call one of the R&B girls to come through for them and sing on the record. And then we would have the hip hop and R&B thing going on. But see, no, you wanted to sing on your records because y'all had let Lil Wayne sound terrible on records with that fucking auto-tune for all of them years. High as hell in a recording studio, making terrible singing sounds, and y'all put it on the radio because he Lil Wayne and this Young Money, and y'all just gonna do what the nigga tell y'all to do. And then they gonna play it on the radio 5 million times with a good beat, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be your favorite song when you know good goddamn well them vocals sound trash as shit. Automated to the ground, okay? Nikki, I cannot believe that you, with your vocals, have the audacity to come for Candace in her singing the way you did. And if I was Chris, I would have felt the way after 2. I don't give a fuck who you are. And another thing, the way you like for your husband to be threatening people's lives on your behalf, I'm gonna need for you to also scoot back when Chris has something to say about the way you treated his wife. I'm gonna need for you to scoot back, sit back. Shout out to Jamie, please. And to be clear, Candace did not want to argue about whether she should sing or not. Candace didn't have a problem with singing. Candace wanted to choose the song she sung. She wanted to sing a gospel song. Nikki wanted her to sing Drive Back. I'm sure at this point she's tired of singing Drive Back. But she was like, okay, I'll sing Drive Back. Oh, it's always drive back. Okay? When I come back. Okay, I don't know the words, but I like the song. Okay? And she sung it and she sounded good and her tone was clear and she did everything that she was supposed to do and it didn't sound nasally, Nikki. And she also didn't need auto-tune. Now you sing a cappella, bitch. Sing, I wish that I could have this moment in my life. Go ahead, girl, sing it. Do it for us with no auto-tune. Because I don't think I've ever heard your vocals without auto-tune. But please, talk to me about how Candace's vocals were heavily auto-tuned. Okay, Onika? Okay. But girl, listen, nobody's going to argue with you. You're the top-selling rap female of all time. Nobody's going to argue with you about that. But what I can argue with you about is the vocals. And I will. So moving on from there, she sings. Chris comes out. He's angry. Andy comes over and tells Chris that he should congratulate Candace. This was great for her. She handled herself well. He shouldn't be upset. Listen, the reason why they were saying that Chris shouldn't be upset is because the moment showed Candace in a good light. So regardless to how much pressure was applied, she rose to the occasion. So it's a good look for her. But for me, I feel like he was very, very much entitled to feel like, stop playing with my wife like that. Chris was entitled to feel a way about the way it seemed unbalanced in the way they came at his wife, especially about her vocals. Especially if he knows that she's sensitive about something and he's formed a sensitivity because of that, I don't see a problem with Chris feeling a way. Chris absolutely be fighting people on Candace's behalf, which is why I have an issue with the way he's so willing to be friends with Michael and Ashley. So, Chris, even though I did understand you defending your wife, can you please have that energy towards that bald white man that you keep trying to be friends with and his little, crusty haired wife? Can you focus that energy that way? Because we'd all appreciate it. But anyway, y'all, an hour in. Why y'all made me start with this? Y'all ready to get into Porsha? Is this picture shady enough? Is this picture shady enough? I'm gonna take a little break for a second. When y'all come back, y'all let me know. Is it shady enough? All right. So, okay, hold up. Okay, and we're back. We're back. I just want to make sure y'all let me know what's going on. Can y'all see me clearly? There are 1,300 of y'all in the room. Please make sure y'all are liking the video and supporting the channel. All right. I also want to remind everybody that this week for the Ooh Ladies First panel, it is on Jamie That's Me's channel, and it is on Wednesday instead of the normal Thursday because of the versus battle. Just so we're all aware. Are you guys hearing and seeing me clearly before I get into the Porsha of it all? Okay. I really feel like I should have done Porsha first. Next time I'll listen to myself instead of y'all. Okay. So Porsha starts off her little episode by blaming the public. Everyone was so vicious. Right, it's our fault. It's our fault, right? Okay. Simon says that the timeline was nobody's damn business. Simon, if it wasn't anybody's damn business, why were you constantly posting things on social media, inviting everyone into your damn business? Why are you now on a reality show further inviting people into your damn business and then thereafter giving them a timeline? Shut up. Thank you, Kavan, for the super chat. Porsha and her family should have had a little meeting to get the timeline together before filming. No, she wanted it to be raw. She wanted it to be real and raw, and this is what it is, okay? So basically, Porsha says that Simon had announced the divorce in like January, February. I can't remember. But either way, he announced the divorce. And Porsha reached out to him and said, basically on Watch What Happens Live, she said that she had heard from a little birdie that Fallon was pregnant. I'm like, bitch, how you know Fallon was pregnant when Fallon got pregnant in February? You would have known like immediately damn near that Fallon was pregnant. But okay, Porsha, fine. She knew that Fallon was pregnant, so she DM'd Dennis' daddy to check on him and see how he was doing, because she knew what would happen, right? Everybody was going to be all in the DMs and all of that, right? Everybody was going to be talking about him and his wife Fallon and her getting pregnant by another man and all of that. So she reached out to him, and that's how they started talking to each other. So they started talking, and then 2 weeks later, Porsha calls Dennis and tells Dennis that she's met somebody. 2 weeks after that, she's engaged. So it was a month that she got engaged. Now, we all know based off of Tisa Tells that that's a damn lie, because Porsha and Dennis used to be meeting up at the same hotel all the way back to November of 2020. Okay? In November of 2020, they were both seen, I believe, at the same hotel, and they used to often go to that same hotel. I think Lauren is probably the only one that knows what the fuck is really going on. Okay. But either way, I believe that Porsha absolutely believed that because all of the divorce shit was happening, that by the time the story came out, everybody would just assume that they hooked up quickly, but that, oh no, it wasn't cheating because everybody's breaking up. And then she knew that the pregnancy would come out eventually. And she thought that that would make her look good. So there was no need to say anything. Okay, Porsha. But here's the thing. I really do believe you thought this man had more money than he does, because you quit way too many of your jobs for what this shit is looking like. And then on Watch What Happens Live, she was still acting like the relationship was so great and she really wanted to be with him. But honestly, if you were mad about him posting pictures of y'all together on his social media that you felt like should have been private, how did you feel about all of his back and forths with Fallon? Because you said, oh, he has not talked to Fallon since they divorced, but he damn sure got his ass online to talk about her several times, to the point that we were wondering if he'd actually moved on with you. Why was he doing that? Why was that happening, Porsha? I mean, you should have been upset about that, right? But either way, she says he was supposed to be he filed for divorce. The divorce was supposed to happen on Friday. They got engaged on Thursday. Okay. But on Friday, the judge decided not to sign the papers and they had to wait longer. So then they're engaged before the papers are signed, but the papers will file. Usually that's how these things happen. At the end of the day, I'm not interested in looking at Porsha as the person to blame in this situation like everybody else is. Y'all know, oh, Porsha's a homewrecker and all of that. Listen, you can look at it however you want to look at it, but the truth of the matter is Fallon just had a baby. Fallon just had a baby this weekend, which shows that she had gotten pregnant either in February or March. Okay. So that says to me, the same time, hold up, that says to me that the same time that Porsha and Simon announced their relationship, Fallon and oh boy were consummating this baby. Okay. Okay. They were fucking. So everybody was cheating on each other as far as I'm concerned. That's probably what was going on. Fallon was cheating with Jalen, and Porsha probably was cheating with Simon. I think y'all were fucking over each other at the same time. I absolutely think there was overlap, and I think they're absolutely lying about said timeline. So moving on from there. Dennis says that she knowingly stole somebody's husband. I said, Dennis, oh, you mad, huh? Dennis, you mad, huh? We're going to get to it. He says that well, I'm not going to say he mad. I'm going to say that Dennis is okay with being the voice of the public on this show so that this show can be successful for his family. I think that when it all boils down to it, thank you, S.C. Gerard, for the super chat. I think that Dennis will pretend to be really angry about this. But like he said, for the next 16 years, he's glued in. Okay? So I think that Dennis may feel a way, but really I think he's willing to do anything to make sure that everybody's bag is on the up and up, which, yes, he is absolutely a hypocrite. You cheated on Porsha most of y'all relationship. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about her moving on from you. And you don't have a right to look down on her for what she did, considering how you treated her when y'all were in a relationship together. So whatever. He says, Dennis' daddy said, Simon says that he owns several businesses and nightclubs. His relationship with Porsha started after he announced the divorce. She checked on him. She says that he was in her DMs, but she found out Fallon was pregnant and checked on him. They go look at a house together. She wants to make sure that there's enough room for the 6 kids, her one child and his 5. Mind you, I don't know if we have ever seen Dennis Daddy's 5 children. Okay. But what I did notice that after they finished walking around this house that has 7 bedrooms and however many bathrooms, his old ass had to sit down because he was out of breath. He was out of breath. I said, "Oh yeah, Porsha." I'm looking at Porsha like I look at Ashley. Like, "Oh yeah, you want me to believe that this who you want fuck?" Okay. Okay. So they surmise that this home isn't big enough for all of their kids. And then, I'm sorry, Portia references, "And what about the rest of the kids?" You like, "What rest of the kids?" "The ones in your balls." That's what I love about Dennis Daddy. He just lets me be as crass and nasty as I want to be. And I just love talking about his balls. You know what I'm saying? Because, I just be wanting to get on the balls. And it's like, Portia, girl. Okay. So she says that she never thought she would be leaving Duluth, but she is absolutely trying to find a home for her and Dennis Daddy to move in together because they both have homes that have previous relationships attached to them. Okay. Now, the only reason I feel like this is bullshit is because, Portia, you and Dennis were never married. Dennis might have been in your home, but he never lived in your home. He would just be there with you. But that is your house. So all you have to do is get a new mattress. Get a new mattress. Don't sell your house in Duluth. Keep your house in Duluth. Let your family members rent it out, Airbnb it. Bitch, I don't know what you need to do, but you gave up way too much to be in a relationship with a man that we feel like his funds, ends, and cars may not be his. So can you please do us a favor, not act like a stupid person, Portia, because I know you're not stupid. Please don't be a dumb bitch and sell your home in Duluth, banking on this man being able to provide something of the same caliber for you in Atlanta. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, Portia. So y'all, Dennis gives us his timeline. Dennis says that he and Porsha broke up in July of 2020, but he didn't really feel like it was over until Christmas of 2020. He said, "Y'all saw she brought us matching pajamas and shit. Y'all saw that shit." And then she turned around and asked for her engagement ring back around Christmas. I said, "Dennis, which one is it? Were you confused thinking y'all was together because y'all were wearing matching pajamas? Or did she ask for the ring back and the relationship was over around Christmas?" Like, boy, bye. Okay? Y'all need to all decide what the lie gonna be before y'all tell it. But I think a part of the lie is for Dennis to be problematic in this situation in some capacity. That's the fake part. Dennis, act like you a problem in this situation so we can have a storyline. Porsha doesn't want Dennis. She says, at this point, that part of her life is over. She's having a birthday party that Dennis' daddy is planning for her. She invited Dennis to the party, but told him that he could not bring a date. She has moved on like Maya. So inquiring minds want to know, what's the problem with Dennis' daddy bringing a date? With Dennis bringing a date, y'all. Sorry. What's wrong with Dennis bringing a date to the party? She said that if he were bringing a woman that he was actually seriously dating to her party, then it would be fine. But he wants to bring somebody just because she got somebody. And no, I don't want just no any old person around my child. Or I don't want just no any old person around my clique. I was just kind of like, but this nigga is just any old. I get you about to marry him, but don't nobody know him like that either. We don't know him like that either. Lauren said this episode it felt so uncomfortable to be around him without Porsha being there because don't nobody know him like that. And you've already, blended y'all families. We are blended looking ass. Okay? Porsha makes it seem as if she is over Dennis, but at the same time, you can't be that over Dennis if you've moved on like Maya and this man can't bring a date to your party. So Dennis said he not coming. I wouldn't be coming either, bitch. You're not about to have me at the party so that I can watch you rub your ass all over my daddy. Like, go to hell. And then we see that Dennis' daddy wrote a beautiful happy birthday post for Porsha, and it included the picture of the tattoo behind her neck and, their first kiss and, some other things. And it was sentimental in the caption, but she was angry that he did that because she specifically asked that those pictures be just between the two of them. I said, Porsha, he's clout chasing. We knew he was clout chasing because we don't know many grown ass men that spend that much time online the way Dennis did, arguing with people and posting shit about women who not even talking to him. So we knew that he was a clout chaser. So him posting your shit like that lets us know even more so that Dennis Daddy is not the move. He's not the way, Sway. He's not. Porsha starts fake crying to her mama about it and saying that he doesn't realize the anxiety that I had to go through because everything. Because every time he get online and say something, everybody goes at Porsha, and then Porsha just got to sit back and take it. You know what I'm saying? While he's not giving a fuck about it. And it's like, well, it's almost like, yeah, you may not give a fuck about what people are saying on social media, but do you also not give a fuck about the way your, soon to be wife feels about this? So at Portia's party, we had Shamia there, Drew was there, Jennifer Williams was there, even though I never saw her interact. We had Yandy there. Porsha tells Drew that she's engaged, and she's like, "Oh, girl," you know what I'm saying? I said, "Not Drew. You seem to be, okay with it. You said, hey, as long as Portia's happy. What happened to the Delilah energy, bitch? What happened to the Delilah energy? What happened to that? Because you swore up and down that LaToya had Delilah energy and all of this and that. But it seems to me that Porsha was the one with the Delilah energy, and I don't see you having a problem with it today. Oh, okay, then. When Simon and Drew are introduced, it's like, oh, yeah, y'all have never met before, huh? Child. And we have the flashback of when they were all at the Halloween party at Fallon and Simon's house, and Fallon is running around the house losing her shit on LaToya. And then we think about the preview to Porsha losing her shit at the end of this season, child. It seems to me that Dennis Daddy is no good for anybody, okay? But she swore up and down that he didn't been to therapy and done so much work on himself. Like, all right, Porsha, fine. So Dennis Daddy and Porsha turn up, which means shaking ass and getting drunk in a room full of people, but it wasn't even that many people. But it's okay because it's COVID. We're gonna let it go. She takes him outside to talk to him about the post, and he says that he didn't mean to do that. And she asks, what didn't you mean to do? And he says, listen, he said, the purest feelings shouldn't be censored. And she says, I think I wanted to keep those pictures private. And he says, but you got my name tattooed and you didn't want to show it off, but you told people about it. Basically saying, you've already talked about it, so why can't I show it? Thank you, Deanna, for the super chat. Fact, Simon is going to be just controlling, if not more than Cordell, which is why I don't understand why she doesn't see it. But anyway, she says that she just wants to be consulted first before he puts anything on social media. And the producer was acting like that was crazy, but Porsha said, no, I'm the one that's on social media. I'm the one that's the reality star. You should definitely be running shit by me before you post it on social media, since your old ass don't seem to know how to read a room. They go to dinner, and Simon talks about his upbringing, his daddy having a whole bunch of kids by a whole bunch of different, well, not his daddy, but his granddaddy having a whole bunch of kids by a whole bunch of different women, and how in their culture, women allow their men to have a side bitch, and sometimes those women come together to make sure that there's no other side bitch. I said, so does that mean they come together to fuck on the man together, or to plot and compare notes to make sure that there's no other bitch around? If that's what's going on, like, see, here's my thing. If a woman doesn't want to be with another man, but she wants to be with a man that wants to be with other women, I'm fine with that. But a lot of times I feel like y'all get with these women who really don't want to be with anybody else but y'all, and then y'all convince the women that it's in their best interest to just go along with this because it's going to happen anyway, and they're desperate to be with you, obviously. So they'll just deal with it versus both people being in an open relationship or a poly relationship. It's a sister wife situation. Exactly. If you fine with that, fine. But to me, that sounds like you're trying to set up our relationship so that you can do what you want to do. And then when I get mad about it, you can blame your culture on it. And I've already told you that that's not what I'm into. So if you do that after the fact, my nigga, you're fucking up. Period. Okay. They talk about Dennis, and Simon says that he would not be hanging around Dennis if it weren't for Porsha. I said, I don't know why. That's your son. Why you don't want to hang around your son? Simon, that's your son. Why you don't want to hang around your son? That don't even make no sense. Okay, what you mean? Y'all don't have much in common. You don't really like people like him. What does that mean? What does that mean, Dennis Daddy? That's your son. What does this mean? Thank you, Quasia, for the super chat. Hypocrisy. How can Pete cry when it happened to Diane? Girl. I mean, what you mean? What happened to Diane? I missed it because I know Mama Diane got cheated on, and the daddy went ahead and moved on like Maya, and then they still came together to be there for the kids. But I don't think Diane was still fucking Portia's daddy. That's a sister wife situation. Us putting our bullshit to the side to be there for these children is not that. Anyway, putting your bullshit to the side so you can keep a man, that's a different situation. So we meet cousin Londi this episode. She's a party planner, and Dennis had been hitting up Lauren and shit. So we saw Londi, but I don't even want to really talk about the situation with Londi that much because I feel like this first episode we're getting people's representatives. So it could be freezing. It could be freezing because the it's been going up and down. My bars have been going up and down. It looks good now, but I'm on StreamYard, so as long as you can hear me, it should be fine. But it absolutely always freezes for some reason. But anyway, like I said, Dennis has been hitting up Lauren, and it was almost talked about as if they were questioning whether Lauren and Dennis might have been fucking around. It's like that's not what's going on. Dennis is keeping Lauren in his pocket so he can keep tabs on Porsha, and also Dennis realizes that it's in his best interest to be cool with Lauren and to be cool with Mama Diane, so that the situation with Pilar can be easy. Okay. Dennis says that Simon and Porsha got engaged 2 weeks after dating. We know that. Porsha says they got engaged after a month. And then I told y'all that she said that she told Dennis after 2 weeks of dating his daddy. And then 2 weeks after that, they got engaged. So it was a month. Dennis says that Porsha looks like the man stealer of the century. And I'm like, and Hot Dog King, you look like one of the hoes of the century. Like, what the fuck difference is like you trying to make somebody seem like they the bottom of the fucking earth or something, like they the scum of the earth because they doing the same shit that you be doing. Boy, bye. I'm just saying. He says that Lauren should have stepped in. Excuse me, she should have stepped in and said something to Porsha about what she was doing. And Lauren was like, what was I supposed to do? She a grown woman. What was I supposed to do? Londi says that Simon came out of nowhere on Mother's Day. So the whole family met Simon on Mother's Day, which was the day after the engagement, which was the day after Porsha told about, was it? About the engagement, right? Yeah. So Porsha told Dennis about the engagement the day before Mother's Day. Okay. At this time, he had only known about Simon for the 2 weeks, but she was dating Simon for 2 weeks prior to telling him, right? That's what she said, y'all. That's the timeline she's sticking with. I'm just trying to explain it to y'all. I do not believe it. I believe that her and Simon had been fucking around since 2020, but whatever. Okay. Either way, Mother's Day had been planned. Dennis did not want to back out on Mother's Day because they had planned it. Okay. Everybody was supposed to be there. His mom, her mom, everybody was supposed to be there. So he didn't want to back out. So he still showed up, even though he had just found out the day before that she was engaged to his daddy. All right. Then when he found out about the matching tattoos, he was upset because he felt like that was something that he and Porsha did together. And then come to find out, this bitch got Dennis' name tattooed behind one ear, and then she got Simon's middle name tattooed behind another ear. I said, girl, you might as well put Dennis' daddy behind your name. You might as well put Dennis and daddy and make that all one thing, girl. Oh my God. So Dennis thinks that Porsha still loves him. And Porsha says that she doesn't have any romantic feelings towards him. Londi says that they're both a little delusional and she can't fully let go of Dennis, obviously, because she's worrying about who he's dating. Porsha says that Dennis worked on himself in therapy. And this is what I'm talking about. Watch What Happens Live. He worked on himself in therapy. Why was she attracted to him after 2 weeks? She told Dennis, oh, I'm sorry. Why is it saying attracted? I don't know. Oh, yeah, she said that's why she was attracted to him because he had done so much work on himself. I said, girl, you a lie. You're a lie. Porsha congratulates Fallon on her baby over and over again on Watch What Happens Live to let y'all know, like, girl, how am I a home wrecker when you just had a baby? And me and this nigga have only been together for 7 months. So obviously you were pregnant and you were cheating on your man. You were cheating on him because you had a baby, which takes 10 months to make a baby and have a baby all together. 10 months. We've only been together for 7. That's what Porsha was saying. Porsha's lying. Porsha's been with Dennis' daddy since late 2020. Okay? And I absolutely believe when Fallon said she was trying to work on her marriage and Dennis' daddy was not receptive, it was because he was talking to Porsha and he was over her and ready to move on to Porsha. In my opinion, I don't know what broke the camel's back. Honestly, I feel like he seems like the type of man that will withhold affection, withhold attention, and all of that until a woman feels starved and then she starts reaching out for the people that are closest to her, i.e., the assistant Jalen, who she's always around. And then she ends up fucking with him. And then Dennis' daddy uses that as a way to make her out to be the bad person and then leave, you know what I'm saying, the situation and move on to Porsha and act as if he was the victim in the situation when really he had been fucking with Porsha the entire time and he purposefully withheld love, affection, and emotion from Fallon so that Fallon would then go and cheat. And then he could get out the relationship and make her out to be the bad guy while he's the victim. Like old controlling niggas do that type of stuff all the time. They withhold affection to control you or to force you to make a move. If he wanted to look like the good guy, then he would withhold all the affection, dick, and love for a while giving it to Porsha until Fallon decided that she couldn't take the shit anymore, and then she just moves on. Thank you, Ronald Gregory, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. But that's what it feels like to me. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I'll be here, girl. I know a lot of y'all were not feeling Porsha's family values and all of that. But, you know, I'm going to be here, y'all. I'm going to watch and I'm going to report back. Thank you, Anna, for the super chat. I remember Kenya saying at the reunion that Porsha was dating a married African man. And Kenya must have been telling the truth, child. Kenya must have been telling the truth. Listen, I wouldn't dispute it. I often have felt like Kenya only really lies when it makes her look good about something. You know, like if she'll say, oh, I never talked about somebody before they talked about me. That's a lie, but that makes her look good. You know what I'm saying? This Porsha situation is about Porsha. It may make her look good in comparison, but it really don't have nothing to do with her. So her saying that was really like, oh, girl, we're all sitting on your tea. And I believe that at the reunion show, it absolutely felt like everybody was sitting on Porsha's tea and being real cute about it. But anyway, y'all, child, let me go. Because I'm going back to the gym today, y'all. We finished a challenge and I'm not doing another challenge for a while. I'm going back to the gym because I want to get back into weight training. So I said today, after I finish my lives, I was going to take my ass down to the gym and try to get back into weight training. So y'all wish me some damn luck. Because I ain't been to the gym in a while. Probably like maybe 2 months. Kenya was talking about Simon's cousin that bought her the Bentley. Porsha was fucking all of the Africans, girl. All of them. Remember, Marlo knew the whole time. She said that Porsha is dating someone on Candy Show. Child, at this point, it don't even matter. Porsha out here slanging that puss the way she want to slang that puss. And listen, while a lot of y'all have a lot to say, don't act like y'all don't be doing the same thing. Some of y'all. But I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later with y'all judgy asses.